Popular question I've gotten about solo traveling is if I ever get lonely. The answer is yes, I do get lonely very often when solo traveling because at the end of the day, I believe humans are made to connect and to relate with one another. And solo traveling, it does have its pros, but that is one of the cons. And so today I am here to give some insight and advice on how to overcome loneliness while traveling. Hi, I'm Verona. This channel is my visual journal. It's a place where travel, art, and real life meet. I'm an abstract artist inspired by the places I experience, from quiet moments in nature to cities that never stop moving. I share the process behind my art, the stories that shape it, and what it's like building a creative life while traveling the world. If you love art with meaning, beautiful places, and creative freedom, you'll feel at home. Subscribe and welcome to the journey. First piece of advice is to at least stay a little bit of your trip in a hostel. It could be a few days, or I did stay in a hostel for a whole month straight, and doing this will allow you to meet a lot of other people. And my personal experience is when I stayed in a hostel in Thailand for a month, I met incredible people. I was very, very reserved and quiet, and I didn't talk much to anybody within that trip to Thailand. And so hostels, if you don't know what hostels are, they are kind of like dorms. You're placed in a room with a couple other people. And so I was on the bottom of a small bunk bed, and there is a lobby, so you can hang out in the lobby to do some work, or I would journal, to talk to other travelers, to drink some coffee, whatever you want to do in the lobby. Sometimes they have board games or other things to do. For my experience, I would go on my little adventures, and then I would come home, and then I would sit in the lobby on my computer and do some work. And when I was working, I would look around me and I would see a lot of other people just playing games together, chatting, and the stories that they would share to each other were so incredible. And I would be listening in, but I would be working and be a little envious because there were a lot of other people who were so outgoing and able to just communicate so easily with other people. One night I saw the same group of friends playing Uno, and one of the members from this group asked me and offered if I want to play a game with them. And at first I think I said no, or they didn't hear me, so they continued to chat. And then I think one of them asked one more time. And by that time, I had processed in my mind that I had an opportunity to really get involved and spend time with other people. And I needed to just say yes. That's all I needed to do. So I ended up getting the nerve to say yes. And so they created a little seat for me and we played Uno. And eventually, this became an every night thing. We would go on our own adventures, and then we would meet up after our adventures and work, and then we would play card games together. So that was really, really cool. We would also talk late at night about our life stories and our adventures and just a lot of stuff. Friend group and I eventually got really close to where we started going on our adventures together. So we would get food together, we would walk around. One of our adventures included going to the little river market. That was super fun. We all shared food. Yeah.
You can have this one.
Oh, thank you. Wait, do you guys do you want this?
Sticky rice.
And so staying at a hostel, it doesn't require you to be outgoing, but it does kind of give you the opportunity to get into the space where you can eventually possibly have that community when traveling. Another thing is joining travel groups on Facebook or apps like Backpacker. The app that I would use when I was traveling solo was actually Bumble. It's a dating website, but it has a friends option and it picks up whatever location you're at and shows you possible potential friends. Another thing you can do is take group tours or activities such as volunteer programs or learning classes. I took a cooking class through Airbnb and it put me in, we all were able to just communicate and be together. Another group tour I took, I actually have posted on another video, was a tour in the Philippines, an island hopping tour, and I met this amazing family who kind of took me in as their kid for that trip, and that was super fun. I got to learn about the family and kind of bond with the kids. They actually invited me over for a fish dinner. Again, I was very shy, so I didn't take that opportunity. If I actually had the nerve back then to take these beautiful opportunities, I can't imagine what kind of cool things I would have experienced. That leads me to saying I do recommend that you just do it, that you have that just do it mentality, because again, if you are traveling, you're in an area where you most likely won't see those people ever again, and if you do, it probably was a good experience. So I would only recommend saying no if it's something you're uncomfortable doing or somewhere you're uncomfortable being. But if you're just naturally a shy person and it takes you a lot to kind of get yourself out there, I understand that it could be hard, but it's good to keep that mentality that to experience something that might be awkward at first or make you step out of your comfort zone a little bit than to have regret in not knowing if that would have been a great opportunity. Solo traveling can be very lonely and isolating, but I do recommend that you put yourself out there in a way that is safe but also easy for other people to approach you. If you're up for it, maybe you can be the one to approach. A lot of the times I was alone, I also was journaling a lot. So I believe solo travel does give you an opportunity to kind of meet the version of you that you suppress a lot. I came to the realization that journaling does help a lot. So those are my couple of tips to avoid being completely lonely when you're solo traveling. And I will be coming out with more advice and tips because I love teaching people the stuff that I've learned on my journeys. So if you ever have any kind of questions, I'm here to answer them. And as always, thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy.